This is Boarding Party Ragnarok, featuring Joel as Elmar Gregory, Jordan as Griff, Devin as Captain Perseus Blackwater, and Dean as Polen Watkins. As dark forces toiled in the days before the reckoning began, another hero had emerged from the chaos. Together with his own allies, he would stoke the flames of resistance. Welcome to another episode of Boarding Party's Ragnarok. I am joined today by Refisel.
Hi.
Also known as Troy.
Hello.
There he is. Any of you that watch the old board game stuff, you'll be familiar with him. If not, you're about to be. Brace yourselves.
Yeah, I apologize in advance.
That's perfectly okay. Our story today begins a few months before our original Ragnarok story began. As Refisel, athletic master, is about to take place in the 6th annual Polen Games.
Oh, nice. I'm a 2-time champ, by the way.
2-time champ. Oh, I have one of your dice. There we go. Okay, so, Refisel, would you care to give us a physical description of yourself?
I'm strong, but not huge by any stretch. Kind of picture a swimmer type body.
Okay.
Lean, mean, quick.
Lean, mean, swimming machine.
Yes, exactly. Not, not world's strongest man type, but
You're not Mr. Universe, but
yeah, but tall and filled in.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Any physical things that would set you apart? Any like tattoos, scars?
I have a little tiny, what looks like a cross almost, birthmark right underneath my chin, or
Little
jawbone.
Birthmark on the chin.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Actually,
On the
close to the
jawline.
jawbone. Yeah, and the
Okay.
jawline, not under
Birthmark
the chin.
on the jawline.
So off to the side. It's not something that really sticks out too much, but if you look really close, you can see it.
Okay. And would you like to describe to the people your favorite pastime activity, aka how you take people down?
You know what? Big fan of Cubone. We've been together for a very long time, and he actually taught me how to throw a boomerang.
Yes.
And I am above average skill. with
You are.
boomerang.
That is true. And then for the folks playing along at home, what is Cubone's name?
A Menadil.
Okay. Very cool. All right. And then also, quick aside for the folks at home, Cubone, Amenadiel, is a little offshoot. If you remember Manny, everyone's favorite, pretty similar to that. He is also part ghost. He's a spooky boy.
Yes, he is. But he is my closest and dearest companion.
Yes. They are very close. You might even say they fight as one. Woohoo.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay. Enough of this witty banter.
Mm-hmm.
Let us dive right in to
Okay.
the 6th annual Polen Games. As you, Refisel, awaken in your chambers in Fola. Today's the big day. You've been training for many, many weeks, despite the fact that your natural prowess is substantially above the average human.
Mm-hmm.
You've been training.
Yes.
You're ready to go.
There is honor in competition.
Yes. Amenadiel already is up. You're still kind of a little groggy getting out of bed, but you're ready to go. Amenadiel's doing crunches.
Nice.
He's getting it. He gives you the up nod.
Okay.
Now, does Amenadiel wear any kind of headgear? Usually a Cubone would have a helmet on, but I know we've discussed him not wearing a bone.
He doesn't wear a bone.
Okay.
We both pride ourselves on quickness and stealthness, and the bone slowed him down
Okay.
significantly enough that we thought that it was a good idea to get rid of it.
Okay. Yeah. So both of you fight loose and light.
Yes.
Quick on your feet.
Yes. Get in, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. One of the, for lack of a better term, Olympic Games attendants kind of knocks on your door. She says, "Refusel, you're on in 5."
Wow. 5 minutes. It's not a lot of time when I just rolled out of bed.
Yeah. And Amenadil slides you a big plate of breakfast.
Okay.
He's like, "Eat up."
All right. And then I, with great sophistication, eat as much as I can in 2 or 3 minutes. No, I don't wolf it down.
Wolf it down?
I would rather be distinguished than act like an animal and throw it down.
Excellent.
So,
Okay.
I'd rather eat less.
Excellent.
Okay.
Our first Olympic game today. As you take your steps out of the sort of chambers that you're staying in, you're in a large Coliseum stadium style arena building, kind of where like a gladiator pit would be.
Okay.
Kind of walking out onto the big field here.
Okay.
Who would be Refusel's rival in this? Like a friendly rival, not like I'll destroy you, but like a good witty banter person.
Do you need a name, or are you looking for a type?
Just a type. Like what kind of person would you kind of aspire to beat?
There's one competitor in particular that I don't like. He's naturally gifted and doesn't have to work very hard at it. And
Okay.
he's kind of he spends a lot of time at the tavern.
Okay.
And doesn't know how to tuck his own damn shirt in. Kind of a slob, but just born with enough gifts that he can actually compete without even really trying, and just doing whatever the heck he wants all the time.
Okay. And that really gets your goat?
Yeah, I just don't like the way he presents himself. He
Okay.
doesn't even try, and I think you should be a little presentable when you go out in public.
That's okay. Yeah. Here's the part where I'll ask you for a name.
Mm-hmm.
And we can brainstorm it for a second.
Okay.
Who do you have in mind for this?
How about Duckworth?
Duckworth?
Mm-hmm.
I'll allow it.
All right.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Okay. So as you step out onto the pitch, you see your rival,
Mm-hmm.
who henceforth known as Duckworth,
Yeah.
waddling out onto the field here.
Well, he is kind of a big slob.
Yeah. He kind of stands out. He got stains all over his shirt, probably from last night's dinner.
Yeah.
Walks out. He doesn't stay like well kept. He's not clean shaven.
Yeah.
He's got a few days of growth, some bedhead. He's all
Not good with the
groggy.
ladies at all.
Yeah, no, just
Yeah.
generally a slob.
Mm-hmm.
He steps out and he goes, "Refusel, you ready for today's games?" And he kind of flexes a little at you.
Mm-hmm. You dumbass slob. You are going down today. That's all I have to say.
We'll see about that. Kind of
God.
like rolls his neck in a horrible way. Do you hear like?
Could you at least shower before you come out here? I can smell you from here.
All right. As the two of you kind of riff back and forth with one another, his being lighthearted and yours is like, you
Disgust me.
you dare be here. How dare you? As the two of you step out, the first game today, designed for you, is a boomerang accuracy challenge.
Nice.
As Duckworth kind of waddles up, he's got a well-crafted boomerang, but it's nothing compared to what you've got.
Well, mine was made in a very special place.
Yes. Yours is very finely crafted by the best artisans in the land.
Mm-hmm.
Not a joke. So as Duckworth steps out, he sees his 3 targets out there. I'll roll for Duckworth, and then we'll see how you do as you guys both throw your boomerangs together.
Okay.
Oh, he rolls very poorly. So as Duckworth kind of waddles up, and he's like, all right, how hard can it be? And he just wings his boomerang out there. Misses the first target. The second one goes right past. Third one he hits on the way back. It goes, Ksh. Duckworth scores
5 points out of a total of potentially 30. Get a multiplier for everyone that you hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your 20-sided die.
Okay.
3 times for me. And you're going to have an extra bonus you can add to it. So you're going to add 7 to each one of your rolls.
14.
14. Okay.
So that's 21.
Yeah, so 21.
6, so 13.
Okay.
And 7, so 14.
Okay. Yeah, as you step up to your mark, you're like, child's play. This is easy. And then, real quick, what's your boomerang's name?
Heat.
Yeah.
I bring the heat.
Yeah, you do. All right. As you take out the heat to bring it, as you slice it through the air, you watch as it just kind of carves a hole almost through space as the air just gets out of the way and collapses back in on itself. Every few feet, there's a small sonic boom behind it as it goes faster and faster. You slam through the first target, it explodes, and the crowd goes nuts. They're like, yeah! And as you're just kind of standing there, nice and proud, right through the second target. People going nuts. They're losing their mind. Duckworth is like, hide my shame. Please don't look at me. Right as you're about to shatter that third target, there's this big explosion. As the side of the stadium collapses. Hundreds of people just start kind of scattering away. As you see a bunch of dog-like creatures kind of just staggering into the pitch now. You see 3 or 4 of them at this point. They just roll in. They're much larger than a normal person, but they don't look entirely all there. They don't look like they can be reasoned with.
Okay.
As your boomerang shatters the third target, you just kind of hold your hand up and it returns to you.
Okay.
We're going to roll for initiative, and I'm going to give you Duckworth. We'll see what this duck is worth.
Yeah. Nothing.
Okay. So you're going to be up first.
Okay, and there's 3 of them.
Yeah, so there's 3 of them. So you could hit 2
if
you wanted to.
I think I want to do that.
Okay.
24.
24? Okay. Go ahead and give me a second roll for the second hit.
Ooh. 10.
10. Okay. Not so good on the second one. So you get an awkward bounce off the first one. You're used to hitting targets and kind of shattering and moving through. These guys are thick skull.
Plus, I just woke up.
Yeah, this is just rolling out of bed.
Uh-oh. So 7. I have a 1 and a 2, and then...
Okay. Yeah. So as you throw your boomerang, you bring the heat once more. You smack into the first creature, and you kind of like turn his head sideways real quick, and you split his skull right here. A lot of blood starts pooling down. As the heat flies away, it pulls a little bit of that blood into it. And it heads on over to the second target, who sees it coming and ducks as the first one lets out that loud, like, and it kind of flies back to your hand, and you're like, okay, so these guys can take a hit. Most like normal humans, if you smacked them with this thing the way you just did, they're done. Like we're talking decapitations probably. Yeah. You know what this thing's capable of. So these guys mean business.
These dogs are special.
Yeah. The first 2, they're melee combatants. They're too far from you. You're fast, but all they can do is run all the way up to you. So they get right up next to you, and they're kind of like snarling, like.
Okay.
I'm imagining your resolve is unshaken. You're like, okay, cool. I'll just beat you.
I can respect a good fight.
Yeah. The third one, however, has a javelin. Very befitting of the Olympic Games. He's going to throw it at Duckworth. But he misses. He's pretty far out. Even you're like, it's a long shot.
So is Duckworth fighting with me right now?
Duckworth is going to be fighting with you.
Okay.
It's going to be his turn right now. All he has his boomerang that is just now returning to him because his boomerang sucks.
He sucks.
And he usually fights with like a club. He's kind of just a big dude. He just throws his weight around. But he'll run up to the 2 dogs that are near you, and he's like, I'm not going to let you have all the fun. And he'll go for a punch, and he gets a 3. So as he punches, he sprains his wrist on the first guy's face. He's like, oh, man. Thick skulls. And he swings the second time, gets a 2, even worse. And he's like, I'm going to let you handle this.
You're such a wuss.
And he's like, as he kind of runs back. Top of the round, we're back to you.
Okay. You know what? They're close enough now where I'm going to have to use my fists, or as I'm waiting for the boomerang, I'm going to get So 16.
16. Okay. So the first one's going to hit. Then we'll do the 2 more. Pow, pow.
20.
Yeah.
19.
19. Okay. Yeah, all 3 of them hit.
9.
9. Okay, that's good.
10.
10. Even better.
7.
7. Okay. Yeah, as you're looking at Duckworth, you don't even like break contact with him. You're just shattering this guy's face right in front of you. You're like, you're worthless. You're a coward. And as you're just kind of punching through, you just bring the like this part of your hand just right into his snout, and you see like as his eyes just roll back and he just collapses limp in front of you.
Nice.
That's your first attack. The second one's looking at you like, "Arr!" As Duckworth's like, yeah, you got it. You're good. You gonna try to take him out?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Let's get another 3 attacks if you want to do another key point.
The 20.
Otherwise, if you think you could just kill him, it's up to you. So go ahead and roll a 20 and add 7.
13.
13. Okay, that still hits. These guys are pretty easy to hit.
10.
Okay, that one misses.
Yeah, that was
not that
pretty
easy to hit.
Poor. 11.
11. Okay, so the 13 will hit. So it's gonna be a D6 plus 4. So that's 6-sided die.
So 6.
6. All right. Yeah. You bring one more solid like elbow to the second dog, and you just kind of shatter his jaw.
Nice.
He looks back. He's like, "Arr, arr." He's gonna attempt to cut you with his sword. We'll see how he does.
He has a sword.
He does. Oh, barely. He's just like, kind of swings the sword, and you just fold it to the side. We got the other guy. He has one more javelin before he has to close the gap on you. So here it comes. It's coming towards Duckworth, though. Oh, as Duckworth's like, you got it, man. Sink. Just sinks right into his chest. Now, Duckworth does not have any supernatural abilities from this stone. All of his stuff is natural, which is what annoys you. You're like, you're just naturally good at this stuff. But as that javelin cuts through him, you're like, never mind. That sucks. You're on your own. The javelin kind of cuts right through his chest, and you can see it's sticking out the other side, and he's like, So he'll shatter it off on the end so he can keep going with you, but he's bleeding pretty heavy.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure without
So he's
medical
down
attention,
to minutes.
Yeah, without medical attention, Duckworth, it's not looking good. His day is numbered. His minutes, you might say. But it is Duckworth's turn as he kind of like snaps the javelin off. And he just kind of looks up at you and he's like, well, that's no good. All right. And his hands are still kind of like bruised and bloody. So he's like, all right, whatever. He's going to go in for a kick towards the dog with the sword near you. He gets a good hit in. It's only 3 more damage, but he brings his leg up right into this thing's side, and you hear a rib crack in there, and just as he's like, all right.
Good job, my friend. Good job.
It's been good to know you.
Yeah.
As he kind of looks up, you can see more and more of these dog-like creatures are just spilling into the arena now. And in the back of them, you see a very large human man just pointing an enormous blade towards the big spire that's in the middle of this stadium that you guys have been fighting around. This is the same stone that showed up 6 years ago. Gave a bunch of people superhuman stamina, endurance, strength. You've got some of it yourself. It looks like he's coming for it. But there's a lot of people here. If you stick around and fight, a lot of innocents might get killed. You might be in danger. You're noticing these dogs can take a hit.
Can I get up and take the stone?
It's huge.
It's huge.
Like,
So
yeah.
it's something I can't carry.
It's like it's about the size of like one of these tripods, but it's embedded in the ground. So it's like probably 5 or so feet high and just dense.
So it's beyond my capability of throwing it on the back and running out.
Yeah, yeah. You could.
So it's either stay and fight or live and fight another day.
Exactly.
Okay.
It seems like it as Duckworth kind of stands back up and he's like,
Can I get Duckworth out? Am I strong enough to throw him over my shoulder and run him out of there?
He's pretty hefty, but so are you. You've got some good strength to you.
All right.
I'll say with how fast you are, if you were to pick him up and stand in the shadow of that spire, you could get him to safety.
That was the other question I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Is there another shadow?
Yeah. As you kind of see a Menadil, he's like waving you down with the bone as he's like beating another one of these dogs down. And he's like,
Okay. All right. I'm going to grab Duckworth,
okay.
run over to the nearby shadow.
Okay. Yeah, you can
And-
see there's a little side entrance to your old gladiator chambers, and you know there's a way out of the stadium from there. You could escape.
That's what I want to do.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of teleport over there with Duckworth, he's like, "How did you do that?" What? Huh? But he's like bleeding out and groggy. He's not really sure what he's seeing. He's like,
And I'm saying, Duckworth, we were never truly competitors.
he's like, huh? Do you bring him with you, or do you leave him to figure out his situation?
No, I bring him with me to try to find him
Someone.
some medical
Okay.
help.
Yeah, there's a little med bay, a little ways out from here. It's not too far. It's just up the road.
Okay.
You could probably get him there pretty quick.
All right.
It's still midday. There's not a lot of shadows, but you could get him there on foot. You've bought yourself enough time with the
Okay.
little teleport you did there.
So let's do that. As quickly as I can, get him up there and drop him off.
Yeah, as you're kind of dragging him, he's wincing a little, and you're like, "Suck it up, man."
Mm-hmm.
As Amenadiel's throwing his bone clubs back and just kind of knocking out a few of the dogs and just holding them off, you can see he kind of holds his hand up, and this large wall of shadow folds up, and a bit of the wall of the Colosseum collapses behind it. So he's behind you guys some time as he kind of like keeps up with you.
Mm-hmm. He's not killing innocents, though.
No.
Okay,
No,
good.
all he's doing is
Because
just
we would never do that.
yeah, all he's doing is keeping the dogs away. He's not even really going for blood on them. He's just like, you just stay away.
Okay.
As he helps you over to the medical bay, there's still a few like confused looking doctors like, what's going on over there?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What happened? And they just see Duckworth and they're like, oh my god. We'll take him. We'll take him from here.
Okay.
And a thought crosses your mind. If there's a force out there strong enough to attack this massive city in broad daylight, you need help.
Yes. I can't beat him by myself. I'm all about a good fair fight, and I'd take on the guy in the back by himself, but not with all those dogs. I need something to help me fight the dogs so I
Exactly.
can get to the
Yeah.
whatever that creature man thing was behind them.
Yeah. Amenadiel looks at you, folds his hands out into the image of an arrow, and you're reminded that you have allies far to the west.
My elves.
And he's like, we should go.
Yeah.
The time is now.
Okay.
As you hear another massive explosion, and there's this huge beam of light that shoots into the sky. It's this large amber like spear of light just right into the clouds, and any cloud cover that's there just slowly begins to disperse out as there's this big shockwave.
So it looks like he probably got the stone.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
As Amenadiel's just kind of pointing, you can see a few keenly placed shadows could get you out of the city without anybody even knowing you were here.
All right. So I turn to Amenadiel and say, "Hey, this isn't a fight we can win right now. We need help. Let's go get some help." And we jump in the shadow
Yeah,
and run as fast as we can.
yeah. We're going to cut forward.
Okay.
You've spent a few weeks on the road, heading west.
Okay.
You remember where you sent your craftsmen?
Yes. I believe they're in Xantha.
That is correct.
So I want to go. I need to get to Xantha.
Yes. That's where you sent your best craftsmen, some of your best fighters, just to hold down the fort.
Yeah. And they're elves, and they're pretty good with a bow and arrow.
Yeah. They're very good at just kind of blending in. There's already a mining colony set up there.
Yeah.
These guys just they fit right in
Well,
with the
my
mining population.
my captain and my two best men are there working on a special project for me.
Okay, excellent. As you near Xantha, you can see there's still large black billowing smoke. Very very typical of the mining town because it's
Okay.
all the machinery there.
All right, so not like it's been decimated.
Yeah.
Just typical business.
Mhm.
Okay.
It looks like business as usual.
Okay, good.
But as you approach, the more troubling thing is the smell in the air. Similar to back in that stadium. It smells like wet dog. As you can see, there's two of them kind of standing outside. Stand and watch. Snarling at each other. They kind of scrap a few times. But it's dusk by the time you've arrived.
Oh.
It's pretty late at night.
Okay.
Almost.
So
As the sun's just starting to set.
I'm about to lose my tactical advantage of shadows.
You're about to gain the tactical advantage of shadows.
Oh, at night. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
good. So
You have the ability with your key to create darkness if you want to. It's magical darkness, so nobody can see in there, not even you. But you can blind like a whole bunch of people. You can put a big blanket of just black light, and then when they come running out, if you want to. That's always an option.
Okay. But from what I can see, and I can see a lot, there's only two of them.
Yeah.
And
At least outside, there's two. But there's like a small wooden fence that runs around. It's very makeshift.
like if they were completely packed in, how many could be in there?
Maybe like 24. It's not a huge place, but
Okay.
you got your captain and your best men are in there. There's no chance.
Okay.
In any kind of remotely fair fight, your guys are holding their own here.
Yeah, my captain is, if I'm 100 power, my captain's 98. He's like
Yeah.
right there with me.
Yeah.
He's very solid.
Yeah, he's probably been exposed to that same stone that you were. He's probably got a little bit of that himself.
Yeah, he's we spar and make each other stronger.
Yeah.
Because we're that close. But he's my captain because I am a little bit stronger.
Yes.
And
He reports to you.
we both fight with honor and we respect strength.
Exactly.
So,
Now these two dogs, they don't do either of those things.
no.
They're standing outside. You're still a little bitter. More than a little.
And I'm feeling a little better. I'm
Yeah.
rested.
Like you know that gold medal would have been yours,
Yeah.
and you're like,
I'm probably more upset that the way they fought in a cowardly way. I mean, to just come out and be like
big ambush, burst in.
8,000 versus 1. That's
Yeah.
not honorable. That's just annihilation.
Exactly.
That's cowardice in my world.
Okay.
So I'm pretty pissed off. I hate cowardice.
Yeah.
I loathe it even more than good old Duckworth and not washing his clothes. Yeah,
R.I.P.
but yeah. So you know what? I think I'm angry enough, and I'm thinking I look at Cubone, and I go, Amenadiel. Even if there's 4 or 5 of them in there, with your help, you didn't even help me on the last one. I had that good for nothing Duckworth with me, and I still beat pretty much 2 of them.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Are you going in sneaky peeky, or are you just bursting in, kicking in the door?
No. We're gonna go in. We're gonna go in sneaky peeky and try to take out the 2 guards in the front. So
Okay.
the last thing I want to do is get in the building, find 6, and have 2 behind me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I want to keep myself clear so I can get out.
Yeah. So, as we know, you can teleport into shadows. Now, there's a big guard tower. It's currently empty, right next to where they're standing. It's casting a pretty big shadow.
Nice.
You and Amenadiel could both get in there, and you've got advantage on your first attack when you come out of that shadow.
All right.
So you could probably get these guys.
All right, Amenadiel, you get the one on the left. I'm gonna get the one on the right.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do.
And we got to do this quick because we can't let them sound the alarm.
Yeah.
This needs to be in, out. Let's get this done.
Okay. The 2 of you, bamf on in. Go ahead and roll for Cubone too. For today, he's gonna have the same bonus as you.
Okay.
So you're gonna roll twice for each of you and tell me the higher number plus 7.
The 20.
Yeah.
20,
the
right?
20 sided.
All right, I got a 24
Okay.
and a 13, so 24 was
Yeah.
the highest.
24 is good. And then
now
roll for Amenadiel.
12, 23.
24, 23. That both works. Okay. So they're not expecting you. So give me some damage rolls here.
Okay, so
Are you-
6-sided.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna say that you guys are gonna do crit damage because they have no idea that you're coming.
1,
1,
1,
Oh, okay. So you each do.
Nothing.
It would be 6 plus 4 plus 1. So you each do 11 damage.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fitting because he's basically just a mirror image of you.
But we already know that it's a 13 to kill him, so
Yeah.
we hurt him pretty good, but we
Yeah.
didn't do what we wanted.
As
to.
you two bamf in there, you kind of clock their skulls together. They let out a yarr, and you're like, oh no. As each of you just look at him, you just kind of drop him to the ground, knock him out, kind of like choke hold. Do you go for the kill, or do you just?
No, we kill.
Okay, so you just shatter their necks and drop them.
No problem killing dishonorable
Yeah,
creatures.
but that little yell is all it took.
Yeah.
As an alarm sounds, you hear a few more of these yowls. Doesn't sound like a lot. There's not too many.
6 to 10 type?
Somewhere in there.
Okay.
But you're like, okay, if we got allies inside, we're good. As you guys kind of swing around the entrance to this this mining camp, you can see there's probably about 7 of these dogs. So we're gonna roll for another fight here real quick.
Do I see any of my allies?
You don't.
Oh.
Not at first glance.
I need the captain.
And as you guys have now been on the road for a couple weeks, you're a little bit tougher, a little bit smarter, a little bit stronger. You've fought a couple of these little roaming bands of dog creatures before. This is nothing new.
Yeah, I'm learning what their weaknesses are.
Yeah, they're very headstrong. They just rush you. You've kind of learned to use their momentum against them.
Yeah.
As you guys kind of swing around this gate, you see all 7, and they just kind of they turn their heads sideways, and then they just start to rush. But you're up first. You got 25. You're quick. You got a boomerang in your hand. Got a Menadil at your side. You got your fists. What's the game plan? Get 7 of these things.
All right. I'm going to throw my boomerang and try to hit 3 of them.
Okay, so let's give me 3 attack rolls real quick. Each one plus 7. Same as usual.
Oh, that went from 24 to 14.
Okay.
21.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
25.
25. Okay, all 3 hit. So this is going to be the 10 and the 6
Okay.
for the damages here.
All right.
Okay, here we go. 10 and a 6 plus 4.
So 4 plus 4 is 8.
8. Okay. Yeah, first one, good strong hit, but again, you're like, dang it. Like you're aiming for like a critical spot, like right here. You're striking him on the jaw or maybe the shoulder. Kind of glancing off, but as it swings into the next one, go ahead and get another damage roll.
8 plus 4, 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, the second one, you shatter. And as you watch him crumble, you're like, yes. As you can see, a little bit of wispy energy kind of flows into heat. It grows a little larger, a little sharper at the corners as it swings in for that third guy.
Yeah, that happens every time I kill.
Yeah. So we're going to do a D10 and an 8-sided die now. So we're going to upgrade your 6 to an 8.
This one, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
8.
8. Okay. Yeah, so another potent hit on there. But you're kind of just like, I'm ready for it. As you catch heat, it's like it's almost shaking in your hand. It's eager for more blood. It's like, yeah, come on, let's go. Throw me again. Let's go. As one of the dogs is already just crumpled before you, right as you spin around, you kind of scan the area. You see a few small structures set up. Most of them are maybe tents. There's probably like 1 or 2 little sheds that have been built up. You're kind of looking around. And you're like, okay, if I'm my captain and my 2 best fighters, where am I?
Yeah. So I think I'm going to, now that I've killed 1 and injured 2.
You have killed 1 and injured 2.
And then I've got 3 that are still full power.
Yes.
So I'm going to, looking around the camp, it doesn't look like there's anything else there, right? This is pretty much what I have to fight. So I don't have to worry about them getting another 100 of them.
Yeah, no, there's
right.
nowhere to hide
So
100
now that
here.
I've come in, hit them, confused them, I want to teleport out.
Okay.
I want to use a shadow and go over by the tents.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of look and you go and just kind of fold yourself over by one of the tents. The dogs are like, Where did he go? And Amenadiel's like, bro. As the two injured ones kind of like run up towards Amenadiel.
Oh, Menadiel can't come with me?
Not yet. Not till his turn.
Oh, okay.
So you got one of them kind of running up towards Amenadiel.
Uh-huh.
Amenadiel's more of a guard breaker. He's probably more comfortable with them coming to him.
Mm-hmm.
As this guy comes in for a strike, let's see if he hits first. Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's a 16 on the die. As he brings the sword down, kind of carves into Amenadiel, just a little. It's a bad hit. It's only 3 damage, but he just kind of he carves in and he's expecting to see blood, and he's like, yeah, and there's nothing. Amenadiel doesn't bleed, which is it's great for morale. As Amenadiel's just like, interesting. Amenadiel has reactions to being struck. If you'd like to make an attack against this guy, you can, because he entered your sphere of influence, and you're like, interesting.
Can I attack and then run?
You can attack, and then it'll be your turn.
Oh,
so like you get a response to him hitting you.
All right, then let's hit him back.
Okay, yeah, let's go for it. So it'd be the same deal. So it'd be +7.
13.
13? Yeah, you hit him. So Amenadiel does the same damage as you right now. So we're gonna do a D6 +4.
Okay.
And his weapon will work the same as yours.
8.
8? Yeah. As you just Amenadiel sees this guy coming, takes the hit, and just flings him back with the bone in his hand. And the guy goes tumbling through one of the nearby tents. Just knocks him down. You can see it's one of the war tents. They got all their weapons in there. So that guy's just mangled when he stands up, and he just is cut to ribbons, and he falls back down. As Amenadiel's bone just kind of begins to glow. It's like this horrible spectral glow. It's like this. It's white and gold light, but it looks just menacing. It looks like it would just obliterate anything. And now it's Amenadiel's turn.
All right, so they have 2 guys left with full power.
They have 4.
And
there's a lot of guys here. There's 4 left that haven't been
I
hit.
thought there were
one that
only
has.
6.
There's 7.
7.
7 of them.
I thought you said 6.
There's 6 of the dogs.
Oh, and then there's 7 of these other...
And there's a human.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a human there.
There is a human here.
Oh, okay. So I want Amenadiel to join me.
Okay. Yeah, Amenadiel will kind of do a similar hand movement to you. Just folds his hands down, and he appears beside you, kind of like nudges you. He's like, bro, next time wait for me.
And my apologies, Amenadiel. It's been a while since we fought a big fight like that, and I forgot that
Yeah.
I can't, but...
He's looking and he's like, how am I going to heal this?
I'm truly sorry. I should have stayed, but...
He's like, it's
I
fine.
thought you were coming with me. I forgot how angry you get and that you need to fight something when you're in that.
Okay, so there's 5 more, but they have no idea where you are again. They're like, where is it? Back. What's going on here?
2 of them are dead.
2 are dead.
One's injured.
One's very injured.
So he's pretty much dead. Or she. I hate to put a gender on it. So they are dead.
Yes.
All right. So then the other 4 are totally full health.
Totally full health.
And I always feel comfortable going 2-on-2 every time. 4,
Yeah.
it's not as fair of a battle.
Exactly.
So, okay. So what I'd like to do is maybe take a little bit of time and wander around through the shadows and see if I can find my captain and my 2, his 2 soldiers.
Okay.
Basically, they're mine, but they report to him.
Yeah. Yeah. As you make your way through camp, being careful to stick to the shadows, I'm just going to put a pause on the initiative order. So if they see you, it'll be Amenadiel's turn still. All he's done is move.
Okay.
But because they don't know where you are, they're basically looking around again to get that order back.
Plus, I want them to be a little freaked out and scared. 'Cause scared things don't fight as well.
Yes. You're doing some real Batman tactics. They're like, where'd he go?
Nice.
Where is he? And like a broom will fall down or something, like, oh my God.
I want the man really terrified. If the dogs are a little scared, I want
the human guy, you haven't seen
or the human.
a shred of emotion the entire time. He's just been watching.
Could he be the guy that was, or the person that was at the
He's much too small.
at the Coliseum? Oh,
Much too small for that.
All right, so he's not a real intimidating guy.
No, he just seems maybe a little more seasoned in combat than the dogs. The dogs are skittish and like they're looking to run. This guy he's like, okay, it's scare tactics.
Dog master, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll call him a hound master, if you will.
Okay.
He's sort of there to just keep them all in line.
All
They
right.
seem prone to infighting. But yeah, as you guys look around, we're gonna do something that's called an investigation check.
Okay.
As you're looking through the town. So you're gonna roll a 20-sided die, you're gonna add 1. The intelligence skills are
21.
so you crit. Do you get a natty 20?
I got a natty 20.
Okay. Yeah. First door. You're like, Captain's there. You swing the door open, or are you kicking it in?
I'm swinging it open because the captain's in there.
Okay.
I don't want to hurt him.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of like push
Plus,
the
I don't know
door.
what's on the other side. I'm not ready.
You push the door open.
Mm-hmm.
You're confronted with a scene similar to Monkeyatso. You see your captain. Strewn out. He's got stab wounds that seem to be coming from his back into the front. One of his soldiers has the throat cut and marks that looked like he was grabbed from behind and just. So it seems like when these boys rolled in, they knew who to get first. The other soldier is kind of very loosely holding on to life, and he looks up. It's just like.
Grit, what happened?
They hit so fast. I'm sorry. If we had known, they would never have made it this far.
Who did this?
And he just kind of reaches to his side and he pulls out one of the large black arrows that you sent him to make. And he just hands it to you.
Okay. Did you... Is there more supply somewhere? Did you finish the stock?
We sent a few runners to find you.
It looks like you guys were attacked from behind.
It was an ambush. We never knew they were here.
So they didn't even announce their intentions.
Not at all.
Oh, cowards. Who did this? Did you get a name?
I didn't get a name, but these dogs follow him. They should be easy to find.
Oh, we've already taken out a couple of them. Well, my friend, I'm sorry that you've gone this way, and I will make sure your family is taken care of.
Give me an honorable death.
I will, and I'm going to avenge your death. Because whatever coward attacks from behind is a coward that deserves to die.
It's been an honor.
Me too, sir. It's definitely been an honor for me as well.
As he kind of just leans back against the wall, you can see he just kind of gives up.
Amenadiel, do I hate anything more than a coward?
You can see he's kind of like white knuckled around the glowing bone. He just looks at you.
We can't let these cowards leave.
He's already like turning to leave. As you guys spin around, you can see the dogs are still freaking out, like looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
You can smell their fear.
Have they separated, or are they all together?
Yeah, they're like looking around the camp. They're like... The dogs are just walking in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
The hound master's out there with a torch and his like large curved blade.
Can I get to that bastard?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what? Because my thought process is I take him out. The 4 dogs fight each other and kill each other because they're so afraid and
They're so
scared,
scared,
right now.
Yeah. Let's do.
Let's go after him.
Give me 2 ambush attacks from you and Amenadiel. So same deal. You can roll the 20-sided die twice for each of you.
8.
Ooh.
8. And do it again 2 more
Yeah.
times?
Yeah. So that'll be
20.
20. Oh, that's a 10 on the die over there.
Yeah. So 16.
16? Okay. Yeah, so we'll say we'll give Amenadiel the 8s. We'll say he's just so blind rage that he appears and he goes to swing, and you're like, no. This is not how we do things. As you bring your hand up, around the back of the Houndmaster's neck. Go ahead and give me a strength check. We'll see if you can just like pop him like an apricot.
What die is that?
It's a 20-sided die,
Okay.
and then you're gonna add 4 to it.
19.
19. Yeah, as you bring your arm around and you just grab your elbow, and
I've got some adrenaline going right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pissed off.
the Houndmaster just crumples without a sound, and you feel the boomerang at your side just gets even larger, much sharper, as the hounds are still kind of freaking out, looking around. Amenadiel's like about to bring the bone down as you just kill the Houndmaster. He's like, that works.
And you know what I'm thinking right now? Am I allowed to share what I'm thinking?
Yeah. Oh, please.
How did this complete wimp kill 3 of my best men and my best man?
Dirty tactics. That's
Yeah, that's...
You've got 3 dogs left and one that's like barely clinging to life. That's the one that's the most scared. He's jumping at breezes. He's like,
Yeah. I'm going to let him suffer. He's going to be the last one I take out.
okay.
I want him to just whimper and just wounded dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty
I'm
sure.
pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, this is personal.
You're pretty sure you can get all 3 at once.
Yeah, I'm going to take out my boomerang and I'm going to strike the 3 healthy ones.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Because you're just so pissed off, you're going to give me 3 attack rolls. Each one has advantage. So that's where you roll twice, and you tell me the higher.
Okay.
Because they don't know where you are, but you know exactly where all 3 of them are, and they're scared of you. So they're not ready to dodge or anything. They're jumping around, but the boomerang's nice and quiet.
And my boomerang, I'm getting this sense, is really craving killing right now.
Yeah, because you just killed another one too. The damage dice is now 2 of the 10-sided die.
All right.
So all you gotta do is hit them pretty much, but you got advantage on each.
Ooh, 1.
1, okay,
So
that's
plus
okay.
6, right?
That'd be +7, but a
Plus
1 is
7,
always bad.
An 8. Oh, 9.
9, okay.
So 1 and a 2.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so you missed the first one, but he doesn't hear you. Just, and he's like, it's the breeze. As it swings over towards the second one. Let's see it.
14.
14, okay.
And a big number. 21.
21. Okay, so that one, we do 2 of the 10-sided dice.
All right.
+4 on that, too.
9.
9. Okay.
9.
So that's what?
18.
18, so 22 damage on the first one. So as it hits, it grabs right here, and like a perfect razor, it just curves around his neck, and just, as he just immediately crumbles to the ground.
Nice.
As it begins to glow with this like horrible black aura, it swings towards the third one.
And can I tell you,
Yeah.
I missed the first one on purpose.
just to
scare
him.
him. I want him to have a horrible death.
Okay.
I wanted to take it out because 1 plus an injured one doesn't scare me. But
Yeah.
I'm deliberately going to kill the other 2. I'm just telling you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, 5 plus 4 is 9. Or
That would be the-
7, so
yeah,
12.
5, so 12. Okay.
18 plus 7, 25.
25 to hit. Yeah. So we're gonna do another 2d10 plus 4. That's a lot of damage.
10.
10.
11.
All right, we're gonna rename that dog Crumple Stiltskin because he just immediately same deal.
That was the plan.
Bleeds out
Mm-hmm.
as you catch the boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
If you were missing health, you would be regaining some when you catch it. As it's just like brimming with souls now, you're like, beautiful. This is great.
I've got one that's just about dead, and the other one just literally peed on the ground.
Yeah, because
Good.
there's this glassy sort of aura that surrounds the boomerang, and you can see these 2 dogs in there just kind of pounding on it, but they can't get out because you got them.
And these dogs cannot communicate, right?
Not from in there.
No, I mean, but I can't.
Oh,
I can't let the wounded one limp back to its master and tell as a calling card for me that I did do this.
You could, yeah. You could let him go. There's no rule in D&D that says you have to kill every enemy you see.
But can it communicate? Is there a way for it to tell its master that I wiped out all of them?
Yeah. If something can speak its tongue, there's a lot of ways that you've seen.
Or I could write a little letter and attach it to its collar.
You could.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to kill the other one first, though.
Yeah. Do you want to give Amenadiel a shot at it?
Yeah, Amenadiel actually looks at me and says, "You're taking all the freaking fun."
Yeah.
So, yeah, Amenadiel's like, "You're taking all the fun." Captain and I were close, too. So, this last one's mine.
Yeah.
No matter how many tries it takes, sit down.
So he's got 2 attacks on his turn if he uses the bone.
Okay.
So if you want to have him kind of bamf up next to the healthy one, just fold out of the ground, be like, "Hello." Bam.
Not only am I going to, is Amenadiel going to do that, but I'm actually going to sit down and start writing out the letter for the other dog.
Yeah,
that's how confident I am.
You sit at the table, kind of straighten yourself up.
Yeah.
Start writing a distinguished letter to whom it may concern.
Yeah. Just think Quentin Tarantino. Like, I'm just sitting down like...
And just
all right.
covered in, like, gore and stuff. The boomerang's still glowing on the table. You're like...
Yeah. Or,
"Dear whoever you are,
like
I'm coming for you."
I'm Goku sitting down while Vegeta, now that he knows it's just one, I'm going to go in there and get him.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I respect him, and there's honor in fighting one-on-one,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's very honorable for 2 of us to attack one, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Amenadiel have the last one.
Okay. So let's get some attack rolls from Amenadiel.
Ooh, a 1
Okay. So we're still rolling on stealth hits here. So
and a 4,
okay.
so 4 would be
Yeah,
11.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's and then he's got a second attack too.
Okay, so do these twice again.
Yeah. Yeah. So 2 more times.
26
Okay.
and 9. So
Okay.
26 is my
26 is real good. So as your boomerang charges up, so too does his Bone Club boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
So his glows white and yours glows black.
I never noticed that they're linked.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So give me 2d10 plus 4 damage, please, if you would.
Oh wait, that is okay. So that was a 2 plus what?
So it would be 2d10s.
Mhm.
So you're rolling the...
I rolled a 2.
Okay, so it'd be a 2 plus another one of these. Unless you rolled 2 ones.
No. I
Okay.
just rolled this one.
Yeah, so roll that one twice.
Okay. A 2 and a 3, so that's
2 and a
5.
3. So 5 plus 4 is 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, as Amenadiel just kind of folds out of the ground on this guy, the dog's like freaking out. It's Amenadiel just goes... Just plays whack-a-mole with him.
Mm-hmm.
Just flattens him out.
Mm-hmm.
As he just crumples down, you can see like the skull kind of splits open. There's a whole bunch of gore and mess pouring out.
Mm-hmm.
Amenadiel just kind of cleans the bone off as it's just glowing very bright now, and you can see out of the wound there's this like cleansing fire that rolls through, just as all that's left is just a charred husk.
Nice.
As Amenadiel is just like kind of reappears in the tent beside you. It's just like, oh, that's good. It's a good note you're doing there.
Mm-hmm.
As the scared one's still out there like, guys.
So, Amenadiel, let's let him squirm for a minute.
Amenadiel just puts the bone down. It's like, okay.
I mean, that's a fate worse than death, right? Just sitting out there waiting to die.
Yeah, he's like,
In-
where is it going to come from? Where is it?
He's in pain. He's scared.
Mm-hmm.
He can't do anything to us. He's going to be too slow.
Mm-hmm.
So I found this little barrel thing, and it's hollow, and I've written this note. And all it says is, I've wiped out your entire crew, but I'm coming for you. And then it just says Refusal. And then I put underneath, I am the ref of your soul.
There it is. There it is. Okay.
and I seal it.
Okay. As you seal it, how long do you let this dog squirm out in the darkness?
You know what? In an interesting twist of fate, I go out with a bowl of water, and I put the water out, and the dog looks scared to death.
Mm-hmm.
But I say, drink, you're going to need it for your journey. And while he's drinking, I attach the cylinder to his neck.
Yeah. He's sort of expecting death as you attach this message, and he's like, wait, what? What?
And I don't know how smart you are, but you need to go home and find your master.
He just scrambles to his feet. He's like, he just runs.
Perfect.
As Amenadiel just looks at you and is like, it's kind of a look of like, not what I would have done, but it's a good touch.
Yeah, we still have our stealth, but we needed to send a message.
That's fair.
Plus, Amenadiel, we don't fight like cowards. We let our challenger know that we're coming after them. We don't stab people from behind and slash their throats when they don't even see you coming. So, yes.
Yeah. Okay. You're drawn once more. In your mind, you're like, okay, if they sent runners, they would probably send them to another large collective of craftsmen.
Mm-hmm.
The only place you know of nearby is called Summerberry.
Okay.
Might be a good place to check in next.
All right.
You're about 2 weeks journey away, even with teleporting in shadows. It's a long way out there.
Okay.
But if you want to remain unseen by most people doing this thing.
I kind of need to do that, and Amenadiel needs to heal. He did.
Yeah.
There's no blood, but there is a wound that needs to heal.
Definitely.
Okay.
Well said. Yeah, as you guys, you take your time making it to Summerberry.
Yeah, I'm not in a big hurry.
Yeah, because word has reached your ear that it's already been hit by this same force, but there's more survivors than usual. It seems like something put a stop to it.
Okay. And quite frankly, I'm hoping to maybe stumble upon some of my followers and maybe get some of my arrows that I was having produced.
Yes. As you approach the gates of Summerberry, from what you've heard, it was a very proud small city.
Mm-hmm.
They had stone walls, which is pretty rare. They had stone buildings. They had really rooted themselves in place, and they had a very well-built temple. The only thing you can see from the outside is that temple is untouched.
Okay.
But everything else seems like it's been ransacked and slowly been rebuilt.
All right.
But as you approach, there's no guards at the gates. There's no welcoming committee. There seems to be just a small group of buildings towards the center of town near that church.
Mm-hmm.
That everybody seems to be gathering in.
So I get the sense that the good guys won.
Sort of.
But with great loss.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like we put an end to it, but it cost you a lot.
Okay.
Because you can still see there's some semblance of just like a mass grave site outside the city.
Mm-hmm.
What would have been farmland is now just kind of massive mound of earth.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty similar to
So-
after anything got ransacked, there would just be a big burial mound.
In about 5 years, it's going to be really good growing soil. Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe even sooner, because there's a group that operates in the world that does exactly that. They're big trees, and they move on through, and they say, "Oh, look, bodies," and they take them, and no one knows what they do.
Interesting. Wow.
Jordan's kind of finding out.
I'm okay with that because I'm more interested in what comes out of them when they die versus the actual shell.
Exactly.
So they can have the shell.
Yeah. You and that faction would probably be great friends
Uh,
if you meet.
So, all right. So I guess the thing to do is go see if I have any allies or any of my elves still alive here.
Yeah.
And see who else is here. Because obviously they either knew how to hide or they knew how to fight. So I'm definitely interested in learning because there's a lot of those dogs. Because as I saw
Yeah.
In my first encounter, I'm nowhere near ready to take on that big mess by myself.
Yeah.
with
maybe a
Amenadiel.
dozen or so.
Yeah.
No problem. But hundreds? That's a lot.
I'm thinking 2 to 4 is the no problem range, and
Yeah.
anything above that, I'm risking my life.
Exactly.
It's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. As the two of you enter these gates of Summerbury, you hear a traditional elvish whistle.
Oh, nice.
To any outsider, it would just sound like a songbird. But as you kind of turn your head to the side, you see one of your sort of runners that would typically be a messenger between you and your captain if you were far away. In my head, they probably have like very fine, gilded like blue and gold armor held under like a kind of shoddy cloak that hides most of it, so they can blend in very well, but they're still very proud. As he just kind of was like,
That's why we're a faction, because
yeah,
the elves are very prideful beings, and they believe in fighting for honor and with honor.
exactly. Would you, if you had to come up with a name for your faction? They typically live alongside people, and people have no idea that they're there.
Well, I playfully call them my elf angels.
Okay. Yeah.
They don't necessarily love that, but
but
it's
they're
a
like-
term of endearment. At first they hated it, and now
Now they're
it's
like,
kind of grown on them.
They're like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
It's part of your charm.
yeah,
You're a good salesman for it. You're like, yeah, come on. My angels.
I talk a lot about souls and things, so angels kind of goes with that.
Perfect. Yeah, so you see one of your elf angels kind of wave you over. And he kind of nods to a nearby building. There's no smoke coming out of it or anything. It looks boarded up. In traditional circumstances, it would probably be condemned. Doesn't look safe for living in anymore.
Okay.
But he just kind of notions for you to follow him through one of the holes in the wall. And as you enter in, you can see 2 or 3 more of your elf angel friends. Kind of, one's constantly peering out one of the windows just to make sure nobody's hitting close, and another one's kind of preparing a small meal.
Well, they're smart. There's one on watch. That makes sense.
Yeah, and they notion for you to sit, and you can see they have a large black quiver over in the corner with several of those large arrows.
Nice. Good job, guys. We're going to need these.
Yes.
Are there any more of us still alive?
Not here, but yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what you guys have encountered, but from what I've seen, we're going to need as many of our clan as possible. This isn't something, 4 or 5 of us are going to be able to handle. We're going to have to, we may even have to go outside of our clan and recruit some others.
We have some ideas on that.
Oh, good, because I'm assuming the way this town looks and the way things have obviously gone down, there's some people here besides just you that know how to fight.
Yes.
And maybe we should have a chat with them.
They don't fight well, but they fight. Mostly they are farmers. But they picked up the sword when the time came.
Was it the dogs?
Mostly, yes.
Okay.
A few of the humans fighting amongst themselves.
All right. So this is some kind of wrath that's overcome the world, because this is the 3rd time I've either encountered it, I've heard of it.
Yes.
In recent weeks. So, you know what? There's no such thing as farmers right now. We need to defend our land. So if they're willing to fight, I think we should talk to them. But we're going to have to set it up so that, maybe we can use them 2 against 1 on a dog.
Yes.
We don't want to send them in as sacrificial lambs. These are prideful men, and they don't have the skills we do, but we will need their help.
Yes. The humans have taken to calling this the reckoning. They believe it is the end of days.
From what I've seen, I don't think they're far off.
No. There's a large man at the head of this collective of dogs. He seems more capable than the rest, similar to your abilities.
Yeah, I saw him from a distance, I believe, if it's the same being.
He is quite large.
Yes, definitely.
There is no denying his skill with the blade. But there are a number of humans that stood up to him. They seem to be on his trail. If nothing else, they can frustrate his efforts.
Well, he had Captain killed in a very cowardice way. So here's what we need. I need enough people to keep the dogs away from me so I can get to that man and I can end him.
Well, I have a read on the 4 humans that left here. They held him off in the church. They were able to wound him. And we've heard tell that they destroy his camps at every opportunity. They seem capable.
All right.
Perhaps
think
you should speak to them.
this is the group we need. We definitely need to find these humans and have a chat. Do they have any special abilities like I do, or are they just really strong farmers?
Well, we thought they were strong farmers at first. One rides a spectral dragon. I have not seen anything like it.
Really?
He is a drunkard, but
I haven't seen a
fights well.
dragon in eons.
precisely.
Wow.
Worth monitoring. One of them, I'm fairly certain, is an herbalist, if you catch my drift. One of them appears to just be one of the old guard, but he fights well. He's a good leader.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you and I go find them?
Agreed.
And the rest of our group, let's disperse them. One north, one east, one south. We'll go west, assuming they went west.
Yes.
Then we'll try to gather not only our clan, but as many fighters as possible. And let's meet to the west. Whatever the first town is that I come to, we'll meet there. I don't know the surroundings very well. I don't have a map, but whatever the first town is that I hit, I may journey past it to find these 4. But I will regroup at that first town. So you guys go as far as you can, let's say in the next 4 weeks. Get as many people as you can, and let's meet back there in 4 weeks.
Deal, boss.
All right, let's do this.
We can leave immediately.
Yes, but again, I want to move slowly. Cubone, my buddy Amenadiel here, took a pretty good hit, and it's healed quite a bit, but he's not 100%. So,
of course,
we don't want to waste our energy trying to travel fast. We want to be slow. We want to build our numbers. And we want to be ready to fight when we get there. All right. Let's disperse.
Yeah. They immediately pack up camp. They basically just fold a big tarp, tie it into a sack around their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you in 4 weeks.
Perfect.
As the 3 of them just kind of scatter off to the wind. The one that stays with you, he's going to need a name.
How about Ruse?
Ruse?
Ruse.
Okay. That was quick.
It's Ruze. Ruse.
R-U-Z-E? Okay. Yeah. So Ruse will travel with you. He's a
Okay.
skilled archer.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's not quite on your level, but compared to the average human, he's supernaturally good.
Mm-hmm. And the arrow disbursement went equally, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they each took a few of them with them.
Okay, great.
Ruse will have probably 3.
All right, good. That's good.
Along with his normal arrows.
So now with Ruse and Amenadiel and those arrows, I feel comfortable taking on 7 or 8 dogs now.
There you go.
So I feel a little better. And they seem to travel in what I've seen, and they're either that massive pack or in groups of 7 or 8, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So I think we're kind of armed to do that. And by the way, before the other elves left, I told them, do not confront and try to kill any of these. Your job is to evade and gather group. That's it.
Yeah.
You come across 2 dogs, you hide, you let the 2 dogs pass, and you go.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's 1 dog, you don't screw around. You're not here to fight yet. We're building our numbers. And if you die, we lose that whole region of people. So
Exactly.
hide.
Yeah.
No fighting.
They're very used to living under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
They to the outside eye, they look human. They just have some funky armor on them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're faster, they're stronger. They just blend in.
Yeah. So at all costs, they avoid any kind of confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal right now.
Stay low.
Yes, with Amenadiel and Ruse, I will take on any group that I know for a fact is, say, 7 or less. And if there's 8 or more, we let them go.
Okay.
That's going to be my general rule of thumb.
All right. Yeah, Ruse will lead you back out of the city
Okay.
in a way that none of you will be noticed, if that's your wish.
Mm-hmm.
Ruse is the one that said he had a read on where these 4 might be.
Should I be talking to the farmers first and tell them to meet us in the next town over 4 weeks from now, if they're willing to fight?
That's up to you.
I would like to do that.
From what the angels have told you, they're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, this is kind of their home and their training ground. They seem to fight better when they're defending their home.
Okay, so I'm going to let them know that if they want to join us in 4 weeks, we would use them in parameters and as watches, maybe in the back where the fight isn't, just to make sure that nothing sneaks up on our back type of thing.
Okay.
Not as frontline soldiers, because I understand they're not that. But if they want to stay and defend their home, respect, props, no problem. You know what I mean? I have total respect for that.
Do you write them a note, or are you going to go meet them?
You know what? I'm going to talk to just one of them.
Just one?
Yeah, on my way out of town, and
Kind of
let
see
them know.
one. They're like, oh, okay.
We're all going to meet in 4 weeks and discuss a plan. If you'd like to stay here and be a cell, if you will, to just take care of yours, no problem.
Okay.
If you want to join the group, I would only use you as in watches or in things that weren't direct fights, unless I could put 2 of you against 1 dog type of thing.
Okay. Let's get a. We'll do a general persuasion check. So that's your 20-sided die plus 3.
Okay.
You're a very persuasive dude.
20.
You crit? Or you got
17 plus
Okay.
3.
Yeah, this person who's never met you before, has no idea who you are, is immediately like, yeah, okay, I'll go tell the guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and he kind of like scampers off towards the large church-like building.
Okay. Great.
He'll send your message.
Great.
In a much more positive light than the dog.
Yeah.
As he runs off, it's you, Amenadiel, and Ruse on the streets.
And one thing that maybe, everybody didn't hear, but while we were talking, I did instruct the elves too that I did wound a dog pretty badly, and you'll see a cylinder tied to its neck. And that dog in particularly needs to be left alone, if not followed, to see where it goes.
Yeah.
But in a stealth way. Only if you
Yes.
can do it without disturbing the dog or not letting the dog know what's going on, right? If the dog even hints or thinks it sees you, bail out, because the note getting there is the most important thing. But if we can figure out where it's going, that would take priority over getting more recruits.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So track that dog at all costs.
If you happen,
If
I
you
mean,
can
it's
do it
it's
without being
it's a
seen.
it's a 1 in 50,000 that you're
Yeah.
gonna actually see the dog, because you're not
Yeah.
looking for
The
it.
odds
but
are low.
If it runs across your path, don't kill it, because it is an easy kill.
Yeah.
And B, try to
It's scared
tail
and
it.
wounded.
Yes, and I like it that way.
Yes. That's his punishment forever.
Yeah, and I suspect when he gets there, he's probably going to be punished for not fighting to the death. So, he's probably slowly going to his own death anyway. So, win-win.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, as you and Ruse and Amenadiel kind of make your way out of this city, Ruse continues to describe to you the people that you're looking for. There's the drunkard with the the large serpent creature that seems to be able to appear and disappear at will, with an incredible power over water.
That sounds intriguing. I like that person.
Yeah. The drunkard has a remarkable sense of honor from what they've witnessed.
So, pretty good chance that we're going to get along.
Almost certainly. There's the herbalist, as it's been described to you. They're not really sure what his game is. He's very soft-spoken, but he has some incredible abilities that he seems to have no control over.
Is he a medic or a pothead?
Somewhere in between, from what they can tell.
Okay.
He always carries around a potted plant at all times. He speaks to it, but beyond that, they haven't really figured out what his game is.
All right, so...
The old guard, he's a little past his prime, but the man knows how to fight. He has an incredible respect for magic, with no understanding of how it works. And he travels with a large steel fighter. The two are almost indistinguishable. One wears heavy plate mail, one is heavy plate mail. It's unlike anything they've seen before, but that one seems to have something kind of stuck to his chest that he's very protective of.
Probably his heart.
Probably. So there's that one. And then there's they would call him a wild man. In your travels, you've come across people like this. They're the northern tribes. They're far to the north. They're up in the mountains. They're all nomadic. It's pretty rare to see one this far south, but they have some very potent abilities and an incredible connection to nature. And that one rides a large tiger. Nice.
So they call Elsa Queen? I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the crew that you're kind of seeking out. And
All right.
from what Ruse is able to tell you, they've stood up to this large man at every opportunity, and they don't walk away unscathed, but they never back down.
Well, that makes me respect them even more.
Yeah, and it seems as though they are also gathering some allies, because you've heard whispers that they've got some other creatures sort of following them around too.
Great. As long as they let me take him out.
Yeah,
that will be my one request. That it has to happen. I have to avenge my captain.
Okay. As the three of you continue to walk well into the night at this point, you hear some sort of bird squawking, not too far away. You haven't heard a bird like this before? It's very loud. I'll spare your ears, because the mic is so loud and I don't know how to turn it down.
But it's know what you're saying.
Yes,
Okay.
It's a loud squawk. Lots of shrieking going on. And you can hear some low, sort of hushed voices, and there's a small glow of a campfire.
Okay. Well, obviously, this could be them, or it could be somebody with 8 dogs. So I'm going to tell Ruse and Amenadiel, sit tight.
Okay.
It's night. There's plenty of shadow. I'm gonna teleport from where I am to a shadow in the tree, so I'm looking down.
Okay.
So they wouldn't anticipate it. I'm gonna get almost right on top of them. I'm almost looking straight down to see who's there and assess what it is.
Okay.
And that's what I do.
Yeah. As you apparate at the top of this tree, you see a very disheveled man. He's got like barnacles and stuff kind of stuck in his hair. He's got a long coat. It's seen much better days. But he's kind of staring at this large puffball of just fuzz. And there's a large bird head sticking out of it, just squawking at him. And he's kind of looking back, and you can see a man dressed in all furs. They're very light colored. He's got this sort of antler headpiece on his head, and he's sort of leaned back up against a large tiger. And they're sort of discussing something. They're just whispering to each other, as you can see. 2 large steel creatures kind of sleeping back to back.
Sounds a lot like the 2 steel creatures I just heard about.
It does.
The antler sounds like the nomadic person from the north. So this is probably the group I'm looking for.
Could be.
So here's what I want to do in a very non-alarming voice, but one that can be heard. I say, truce. Because I want my intentions to be known that I'm not there to attack or, to surprise or shock them.
Okay.
So from a distance, I envision I'm 30, 40 feet up in this tree. So far enough away where, neither one of us is quickly attacking each other. And I say, truce. I just came from Xanthia. Is that where I just was?
You were just in Summerberry.
Oh, I was.
Yeah,
Xanthia
where your captain was.
All right, so I'm going to say, truce. I was just in Summerberry, and I'm looking for a clan that fought in that battle.
Okay.
Are you that group?
Okay. That's where we're going to stop for now. Remember that line.
Having sent a strong message to his now greatest enemy and scattered his allies to the winds in search of an army, Refisul seeks a truce with our company of heroes. If you had a good time meeting our new hero, feel free to leave a like on the video and show him your support. If you'd like to see where our journey will end up, consider subscribing to the channel. If you're not a member of the Patreon but you'd like to find out more, you can follow the links in the video's description box below. In addition to helping out the channel, you can join the discussion in our Discord server or check out the post-show Still Rolling. There's also a link to check out some Boarding Party merch. Let us know your thoughts on Refisul and his plans in the comments, and thanks for watching Boarding Party. We'll catch you next week.